Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to cryptocurrency altcoins.com. Now, if you're tuning in to, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you're tuning in through the web, please make sure to bookmark the web page. We're going to be bringing new news, tutorials, reviews on the cryptocurrency space on a daily basis. Now, today we're going to be talking about how I analyze the Bitcoin price. So, first and foremost, just a quick disclaimer: this is not investment advice. I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own diligence. I'm just letting you know the tools that I use when doing my analysis. Now, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to be comparing the Bitcoin price versus the USD, and we're going to be using three different exchanges: Binance, Qcoin, and GDAX. Now, these are three exchanges that I use personally. There's many exchanges out there, so you have to do your own research and figure out which ones are best for you. But these three are very popular in the industry, and I've used them for a while and had no issues with them. So, and I'm also going to be using CoinMarketCap. Now, the reason I'm using CoinMarketCap is because these exchanges only provide limited data going back. So, for example, here in Binance, Bitcoin versus USD, the pair got listed in November 2000, only last year, basically. And probably the same thing with Qcoin, since it's a brand new exchange. Actually, it provides even less data here in Qcoin. And GDAX, uh, I mean, GDAX should provide a lot of data because it's been around for a while, but for some reason, the features in GDAX don't let you go back too far back. If you go at the daily time frame, the furthest you can go is back to November of 2017. So that's why I use CoinMarketCap, because CoinMarketCap, you can get the full history of the coin for the most part. For example, Bitcoin, they started recording the price and analysis back in May May 6th of 2013. So definitely market cap is it's a nice tool to keep in mind when doing our price analysis. Now, to start off with Bitcoin and the platforms, when you first now this is more of a, I should have probably said this in the beginning. This is more like of a newbie video. If you're already in the industry or in the markets, in any other markets like the foreign exchange market, the stock market, the indices, or the commodities, you probably already know the basics that I'm going to be speaking about today. But this is more for the new guys coming into the industry, the new guys and girls that are coming into the industry that have no experience in this in what this is, or how to read the price, and how to actually do any technical analysis. So, and another thing is that, like I said, there's not a lot of data on these coins, especially the altcoins that are coming out nowadays. So there's not really a lot of technical analysis that you can do. So that's another reason why I'm using Bitcoin USD, because Bitcoin is one of the coins that goes, or the coin that goes back the furthest. That's been established for the longest, since 2009. But other than, I mean, I use technical analysis for the short term, but I really don't think that technical analysis is needed for most of these coins at this point in time. There's not enough data to really do any significant analysis on. But with that being said, I do have a couple of tools that I use just for reassurance in my trading plan and my investing plan, and that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. Now, to get started, we're going to be using three different platforms, and every exchange out there has their own platforms, but they all have the same features, and those are the features that, I mean, not the features, but the same three main elements that you are going to get need to be acquainted with in order to place orders and actually trade and invest into these coins. Now, I have other videos showing you how you get your coins into the exchanges. The best way at this point in time, in my opinion, is to go through a fiat to crypto brokerage exchange like Coinbase or CoinMama. and get your hands on the one of the major cryptos like Ethereum and Bitcoin. This is because these two coins, these are the coins that most exchanges have markets for. So once you get your Ethereum Bitcoin, then you can transfer it over to your exchange and start trading into altcoins and things like that. Now, I have more videos on that. Make sure to go over to the website, subscribe for free, and you'll be updated. You'll never miss an update. Now, let's get back to the price. So as you can see, the platforms are a little bit different in each exchange, but the main things that you're going to be focusing on are the graph, the chart, the volume down here, your order boxes over here with the sellers and buyers in the market, and the current price. And you'll have your execution boxes down here with the limit, market, and stop limit orders. Um, and this is basically and you'll probably see your open orders, order history, trade history, and funds. And the layout might be different in every exchange, but for the most part, these are four different attributes that they all have. For example, if we scroll over here to Qcoin, we'll see the order box with the current price, see the chart, and we'll see the here in Qcoin you would have to enter your two-step identification, but this is where the execution boxes are with the market orders, stop limit orders, and stop orders. And if I go over to GDAX, it's the same thing. You'll see the buyers and sellers, the the chart, and your execution boxes here. So my point is that even though they look different, they all basically have the same functionality. I mean, each platform has its own features, but for the most part, this is what you're gonna need to learn to execute and to be investing and trading in the market, in the cryptocurrency market, or in any market. These are very common. Now, what I'm speaking on this as a cryptocurrency investor, but I do have experience in the foreign exchange market, and these tools that I'm speaking on today can be used in any other market. So let me just get that clear. Now, to get back here to Binance and start actually reading the price, first and foremost, you probably would have to know what a candlestick is. Now, there's different types of charts. There's the line charts, there's tickers, but I'm comfortable reading the candlestick, and this is what I like to use. This is what I like to read the price with. So we're going to talk about candlestick charts, and we're going to use this link over here by Online Trading Concepts, which is Candlestick Basics. And as you can see on the screen, a bullish candlestick is basically a candlestick where price is increasing in that period of time. Let's say, for example, we're looking at the daily candles here. So that day, the price increased, meaning it opened here at this level. It could, oh, I'm sorry. First and foremost, this is the wick of the candle. These are the wicks, and this is the body of the candle. So this is a bullish body, a green body, and this is a bearish body, a down body, a red body. So as you can see in the diagram, the price opens at this level for a bullish candle. It could have reached, or it did reach up to this low price or low level down here, but it retraced back up to the opening price, and it started to build the body of the candle, and it got all the way up to the high of the wick right here, and it retraced back up to the closing price. So it closed at this price, which basically means that it built this body right here from open to close. It's a bullish candle because it closed on a higher price than what it opened in. Now, and the same thing goes for a bearish candle. It opened at this price up here. It reached up to this point. It retraced back up to the opening price, started building the body, and it went as low as to this price down here. It retraced back up and it closed at this price. So those are the basics with candlesticks, and there's a lot more that goes to it. Again, I'm just going through the basics in this video. These tools, you should definitely do your own research and find out more information. I mean, there's candlestick patterns and there's whole different. It's a lot to research when it comes to candlesticks alone. Now we're just gonna go back to Binance. Now, knowing what a candlestick pattern is, Well, we're gonna start try to read the price. Well, before we do that, we got to get into the volume. Now, the volume and the other indicators that I use, which are uh, exponential moving average, and the exponent, which aren't on the screen right now because I'm in the weekly time frame, and they don't even have enough data for the exponential moving averages that I like to use, which is the 50, the 100, and the 200. And what an exponential moving average is basically it averages the price of the time periods of the previous time periods that you indicated to. So, for example, my favorites are the 50, the 100, and the 200. It takes the depending on what time frame you're in. So right now we're in the weekly time frame. It takes the 50 of previous weeks and averages out the price out. So and the same thing if you were in the daily time frame, it will take the 50 previous days and it will give you the average price of the closing. Now you can change the parameters on your on your moving averages. Here in Binance, you can go ahead and do it here. There's different settings on each platform. Once you start to click around, you'll get to find out. But um, but yes, I was saying, so we'll take the 50 previous moving averages and give you the average price of the closing price. And there's two basic types of moving averages. I just basically defined a simple moving average, and there's also exponential moving average, which gives a greater weight to the most recent data. Um, and basically, it gives more weight, more importance to the more recent data. And these tools are used to identify trend directions and to determine support and resistance levels. Um, another tool that I'm going to be talking about now. I'm gonna go ahead and install the RSI on the board because it's actually not even installed right now. And this, like I said, there's a lot more indicators out there in the market. These are only the ones that I use personally. So you definitely got to do your own research. So the RSI, and here it's set at 70 and 50. So basically, what the RSI is telling you, if it goes above the 70 level, it's overbought, and if it goes below the 30 level, it's oversold. So I mean, so the RSI is an indicator that compares the magnitude of of the recent gains and losses over a specific period of time, and it measures the speed and change of the price movement. And it basically tells you, in simpler terms, it tells you when a price is overbought or oversold. And if you look at the RSI down here, it's basically telling you that once this line crosses over the 70 point mark, it's the price of Bitcoin is overbought. Once it's over the 30 point line down here is considered to be oversold. If it sticks around the 50 in the middle, then that means it's just consolidating. It's not overbought or oversold. And that's one of the indicators that I use. Now, another indicator that I use personally is let's move over to the daily chart so I can show you the support and resistance and the trend lines. Support and resistance and the trend lines are very important. I'll go ahead and just show you on the board what I mean. These are basically levels of price that levels where price respects these levels and they act on these levels. So, for example, let's draw this trend line. If you can see, this is Bitcoin and USD. The trend is what's popular. What's happening right now. If you see the daily chart right now, you can see that the Bitcoin has been booming since back here, and well, it's been booming since its creation. But if we're looking at the daily and we're just looking at this chart in front of us, we see the trend going from this low price here. It's an uptrend right here. If you can see what I'm drawing on the board, and it's an uptrend. These trend lines, basically, my thing about this, they have to have at least 3 points, 3 points of price verification, basically. And what I mean by this is that it touches here at this price over here by 5,000, and it also respects it here at this price and around these levels and these levels as well. Once a good saying in the investment space is resistance becomes support becomes resistance and resistance becomes support. So here it's acting as a support line, but once it crosses over, it kind of starts acting like a resistance line, as you can see here on the board. Now this is not a perfect. I'm not really trying to be too perfect with this trend line. It's just an example, but basically you just want to have at least 3 points where the price respects the low. And that's a trend line. As you can see, that's more of a long-term trend. If you want to see the short-term trend that's going on in Bitcoin right now, you would have to take the highest point and do something. Actually, I would do something like this. That is that looks to me like a very well, give me a second. Like a highly respected trend line. This is the short-term trend for these few days was a downtrend, as you can see, and it was respected here, here. These two days respected, and this day respected. It's over 3 points of respect on the price on this trend line going down. And basically, this is telling me that Bitcoin has been on the uptrend for a while, for the long term, and it went into a little bit of a pullback for these few days right here, but now it's finding some support around the 1250 levels. Now, I did some price analysis a couple weeks ago, and I posted it up on Instagram if you want to go check that out, and I get it more into detail. And so far, it's well, not really. It's still in the making. I'm still waiting to see if Bitcoin respects this 1250 level and maybe bounces back to reach new highs. But so far, it has been holding. And what I mean by that is this is the support line, support pressure line right here. As you can see, it's holding around the 13. This is not perfect now. Around the 1250 to 13 level, it has a couple points of respect right here, and around here. So it has this is what you would call support. So now what I'm seeing in the price of Bitcoin is that since back in around November, December 2017, it was on a crazy uptrend, a crazy bullish run. It had a little bit of a pullback for these few days right here, and now it's kind of trading sideways. Now it's just kind of trading sideways. So this is one way that you can look at the price, and see what the trend is and where the support and resistance points are. Um, and now it's just to move on to the next indicator that I use is volume. Now volume is the number of coins or security. Now you can use this in any market. So the number of coins, shares, or security that's traded during a given period of time, and this is used to measure the relative worth of the market move, basically. So it tells you if the move is going to be strong. If the volume is high, then the move is going to be strong. Just for example, look at this candle, this range in price right here compared to this range in price right next to it. It's a lot of volume for the bear side on this candle. So that means that this was a strong move to the downside. It wasn't too much of volume here, so it was at least a less stronger move to the downside. Excuse me. Now, basically, that's how you use the volume charts down below. That's how I use them to measure the relative worth of a market move. And you should definitely, like I said, I'm not going skimming through the basics here. You go do your own research, plenty of other videos out there and research, Google search that you can do online. And let me see, what's the other indicator that I already mentioned the EMAs, the RSI, the volume, support and demand, and the trends, the candlesticks. Now, these are all things that you should definitely go out and do more research on and learn how to use them. And these are tools that can be used in any market, not only the cryptocurrency market. Um, so, I mean, pretty much not pretty much it. There's a lot more that goes to it, but that's how I use these tools, and that's how I try to read the price. Now, now another thing that I try to do that I mentioned earlier, if I was in any market, I would analyze the data from a longer time frame and bring it down. So, for example, if I was looking at the USD Euro, I would go from a month, from period, from indicator time frame a month. I'll analyze that as try to read the trend at a larger time scale and then scale down to a week and then a day and do different analysis to see where the long-term trend is and then where the short-term trend is and see where I can buy, whether it's buy and sell opportunities. Another thing to keep in mind. Um, see, uh, I mean, show you what a limit order is. Okay, definitely important to know what a limit order is. The limit order is basically put in a sell or a buy order in the market to to execute once the price reaches that price. So if I was to put a buy limit order, I would basically uh, put an order above the current price. A buy limit order would be if we take the example on the board right now, the price is at 13,145. So a buy limit would be me placing a order to be triggered anywhere above 13,145. And the same thing goes for a sell limit order. It's the same thing if you want to sell below the price, the current price. You just place a order to be triggered anywhere below the current price. And a market order is basically order to execute a trade to be executed at whatever the best price the market is at that point in time. So this is just to get the execute the trade as soon as possible, as quick as possible. Uh, and a stop limit is basically could be a stop order or a limit order in here in Binance. So stop and limit orders are used to either the stop orders are used to stop a price from going down from a certain target and not protect your investment, protect your capital, and minimize risk. So basically, if let's take the example on the board for another time, is at 13. So if I wanted to stop my order at 1300, if it hits 1300, I want to get out the market. That would be a stop order. Now a limit order would be the opposite. If I want to take profit, and I would say if it would hit that price, I want to take that profit. I want to be out the market at that price. Now, it's a simple explanation. I know I kind of rambled on there for a second, but a simple explanation here on Binance. A stop limit order is an order to buy or sell a coin once the price reaches a specified price. And you can view more here. There's a link more. And there's plenty of articles out there online that you can read more about this. But this is definitely a good tool to be using in the market. Um, I'm not going to get too much on the tools and indicators. Here, this is the same for each exchange, each platform. You can switch over from daily to weekly to hourly, the time frames here. There's different indicators and different features. For example, here on GDAX, they don't have the EMAs or anything that Binance has. They actually have only two EMAs available and they're preset for you. So I don't really do too much data analysis here, price analysis here on GDAX. There's not a lot of features. Here's more GDAX is more for my fiat from my crypto to fiat exchange. It's more like my brokerage that I go through. So, but here, for the most part, any other exchange that I've dealt with so far has these features. Here you can find on KuCoin, you can find the indicators and time frames and all that good stuff here. You can use the depth chart. I don't really use the depth chart too much, so I'm not going to get into that too much. Um, I don't know if I missed anything, or if I missed anything, or if I got anything wrong. Please leave a comment below and let me know. You know, because this is the type of market that you're always learning. You know, every day, and this is like this in every other market as well. We are students of the game. I am a student of the game. I keep on learning every day. These are just the basics that I just went through. There's more that goes into this. I'm just doing this for the beginners that are coming into to the to the space that don't even know what a candlestick is, or don't know what an RSI is, or don't know what the volume is, you know. But I hope this information was helpful, and please leave a please press the like button, subscribe to the page, and head over to cryptocurrencyaltcoins.com and become a free member so you will never miss an update. Thank you.